And to give context for people who are non-Buddhist, Vipassana is a technique rediscovered by the current Buddha, Gautama Buddha. So we believe as Buddhists that there are many, many, many Buddhas in the past and also in the future. So every Buddha would discover the same thing. There are three things. All of their teaching would be three things. First, do all the good things. Do the good deeds. Second, abstain from committing all sins. And the third one is purify your mind. The third part of purifying your mind is actually Vipassana, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, and a number of people I've talked to, when they hear that Vipassana is a technique that the current Buddha discovered or rediscovered, they tend to get turned off. They thinking that this is some sort of a religion.
You have to become a Buddhist to practice Vipassana.
Right.
No, actually in the time of Buddha himself, there's no Buddhism. Buddhism only happened after he rediscovered this technique and actually teach people. So he himself wasn't a Buddhist, right? He was a prince and there was no Buddhism around. So you don't have to become a Buddhist to get benefits from his technique or his teaching.
Yeah, and to give you an analogy, it's like someone who discovered something through experimentation, through self-experimentation. And once that person discovered this technique and see the benefits of it, the person starts teaching this technique to other people, and they too see benefits, and the word gets spread around, and over again, repeating how to follow in their footsteps. And by this, this technique is very universal. Even though it's discovered by the Buddha 2,500 years ago, it's not limited to Buddhists. Anyone can practice this technique and obtain the benefits from it.
Yes, and let's focus on the centers. As Vipassana as taught by S.N. Goenka, you can get more information from their website. It's www.dhamma.org, dhamma.org. Or if you would like to download the application, it's dhamma.org as well, just the same spelling. So if you go there, we only have been to centers in Thailand. Because we're Thais and it's just easy for us to travel around. I've heard from my friends that the centers in the States or in other different countries like Malaysia, they have, or in Hong Kong or in Singapore, they have, actually the teaching is very standardized. It's taught by S.N. Goenka himself in English and then translated into the local languages of that area. So you don't have to be a Buddhist. I cannot stress this enough because I have friends who are Muslim, I have friends who are Christian. They are interested and many of them have gone, friends who are Jewish. So they say that for the Vipassana technique, all the religion on the face of the earth, people from those religions have been practicing Vipassana and reaping the benefits, and they don't have to be converted into becoming a Buddhist. You don't have to. And the Buddha himself was not even interested in converting people. The reason he was teaching this technique is that it helped him end all his sufferings and become a very peaceful, happy, harmonious person. So that's all he wanted, is that for future generations to reap the benefits as he did, for his lifetime.
Yes. And the setting of, as Vanessa said, there are hundreds of centers around the world, each in various different countries. You can look it up on the website. And what I really like is that all these centers have very similar settings. It's very universal, very multi-religion. What do you say?
I would say it's very diverse because for myself, I've been practicing for 10 days. So the first time you sign up, you have to do a 10-day. It's like no bargain because a 10-day is the least that they have tried out with many different people and see that for someone who's a beginner, who's new to the technique, 10 days would give you sufficient time to practice this over and over. So when you go back home, you can practice it on your own. I would highly recommend, if you would go for the first time, to go for the second time within the first year. Don't wait, because for me, I waited for like two and a half years to go for the second time. But I can see that for the second time, you understand the routines of the day more and you benefit more. The third time I went as a Dhamma server in the center in Kanchanaburi. The center in Kanchanaburi is called Dhammakanchana or Dhammakanchana. That center admits accepts so many foreigners. Like in the sector, and so we divide the male and the female. You don't get to talk, even though you went with your boyfriend or your husband. You cannot converse on those 10 days. But so for the segment for females, there were 36 Thai females and 26 foreign females. All came from different parts of the world, like America, Europe, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong. I can't name, like just like so many different places, different religions, different beliefs, different habits. But we all blend in, and everyone was working hard toward what they planned to achieve in those 10 days. I was so impressed. So I'd say it's a very diverse place. The food, the life when you are there, they serve lacto-vegetarian food. So if you're a vegan or if you have different ways of eating, usually they can accommodate because the food usually it's vegan based. So don't worry that when you come here, there's nothing for you to eat. The food is very abundant, and you will feel at home, I would say. And you will be taken care by Dhamma servers. So usually people have been practicing before you, and they got so much benefit. Like for me, I got so much benefit that I really want to go there. Getting away from work for 10 days is not easy for anyone working in Thailand. But in order for me to stop my work for 10 days, go there and serve for people who are beginners, I felt like I really want them to get the benefit that I got from my life. So you can see that, you will get so much out of the 10 days that previously you might thought you cannot do. It took me 8 years before I signed up because I thought I cannot do 10 days.
ถ้าชอบคลิปนี้อย่าลืมกด Subscribe ช่องหนูดี Brain Works และกดกระดิ่งแจ้งเตือนจะได้ไม่พลาดคลิปใหม่ๆก่อนใครนะครับ